Hello, fellow YouTube anarchists. Woods of Odin here. I have a question for you. Um, sorry, I was distracted by something annoying on my machine. Don't worry about it. Um, how big as I'm sorry, how big does an organization have to become to be a state? Now, hear me out. I'm defining a state as a monopoly on the use of force. For example, in the United States, only federally or state sanctioned organizations can kill people. It's illegal for the rest of us to kill people unless it's in self-defense, but it's okay for the state. Okay, so many of us would then contend that it's perfectly okay for a small community to defend itself. Say, like, if another small community was gonna just come over and steal the resources, right? Like, let's say we live in stateless society, fairly harmonious, not a utopia, but you know, a heck of a lot more reasonable than what we have now, where we are bleeding money out our asses and getting far less goods and services than we are promised for the money that is ultimately taken from us under threat of force, even if the threat of force takes a long damn time to be realized due to, it has, before that happens, fines are imposed, fucking, prison sentences, etc. But anyway, um, so we have little communities that they arm themselves, they train, maybe there's several even private law enforcement, maybe there are private courts, things like that. um, I mean, and this may not be your vision of anarchy. I mean, there are anarchists who want money, there are anarchists who don't want money, there are anarchists who don't even want property. I mean, we have different visions, but just as an example. Now, if there is a community that says, um, within this community, only people who have been living here for a month or longer can be armed and can use said arms, or only people who have lived in this community for a month can perform any acts of violence or something like that, some kind of law like that, then what differentiates such a community from a state? I know this is a bit rambly, perhaps even a bit unclear, and I'm thinking then technically one person could be considered this is getting a little ridiculous, I understand that, but technically one person could be considered a mini state. A family could be considered a mini state. If you have, say, an extended family that hire certain people, and yes, the people are there by choice, and let's say wages are good because you don't have any monopolies that are supported by a state, because without state, monopolies are damn near impossible. Right, so even in such a situation, that that extended family could become a little mini state if they say, okay, we have we have prerogative over use of force on this acre of land that we own and that we hire people to work on. So I guess my question is, well, are many states even acceptable then? And yeah, like I said, how big is a state? How big does a monopoly on force have to be for us to say, hey man, this is a state, this is a bad thing? Okay. And I'm eager to hear all responses, because I know I I know some of you are probably just chomping at the bit, ready to call me a fucking idiot. um But yeah. Alright, so yeah, that's about all I have to say. In the words of Forrest Gump, that's all I got to say about that. So video responses, text responses, and you know what? I'm directing this toward anarchists, but you don't even have to be an anarchist. All as I ask is that you don't give me a stupid "who will build the roads" kind of response. Or you don't say, "oh, you're all utopians," or "oh, you don't care about the poor." Like, ugh, just don't get me fucking started on. Ugh. That's why I don't do a lot of anti-status videos. Alright. So, I will see you when I see you.